Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2017 Spring Commencement of the University of Northern Iowa. Please rise for the graduating students. Deluxe Award recipient. Representatives of the faculty of the University of Northern Iowa. Of the academic departments. President Nook and the Platform Party.
Ladies and gentlemen, I bid you welcome to the spring commencement exercises of the University of Northern Iowa, which will now be in order. Please remain standing for the singing of our national anthem by Dr. John Hines, Professor of Voice in the School of Music. The colors will be presented by the University of Northern Iowa ROTC Honor Guard. Please be seated. At this time, I have the honor of introducing to you the members of the Platform Party. All those introduced should please remain standing until the introductions have been completed, and I ask that applause be withheld until all have been introduced. Ms. Rachel Johnson, member of the Board of Regents, State of Iowa. Ms. Nancy Butker, member of the Board of Regents, State of Iowa. Ms. Nancy Dunkel, member of the Board of Regents, State of Iowa. Dr. Constantine Kuras, former president of the University of Northern Iowa and honorary degree recipient. Dr. Mark Nook, president. Dr. James Wolpart, provost and executive vice president. Dr. Michael Hager, senior vice president for finance and operations. Dr. Jan Hanisch, vice president for student affairs. Ms. Lisa Baronio, vice president for university advancement. Dr. Kavita Donwada, Associate Provost for Academic Affairs and Dean of the Graduate College. Dr. Brenda Bass, Dean of the College of Social and Behavioral Sciences. Dr. Leslie Wilson, Dean of the College of Business Administration. Dr. Tim Kidd, Chair of the University Faculty and Professor of Physics. Dr. Gail Pohl, Chair of the Graduate Faculty and Professor of Communication Studies. Dr. Deirdre Heisted, Director and Associate Professor, Undergraduate Studies. Ms. Megan Stoll, Vice Chair of the UNI Alumni Association Board of Directors. Mr. Chris McConaughey, Undergraduate Marketing and Economics major. Ms. Marjorie Perkins, Graduate College Psychology major with an emphasis in clinical science. And Mr. Hunter Flesch, President, Northern Iowa Student Government. While all of us are proud and excited to see our graduates cross the stage today and receive their diplomas, we respectfully ask that you refrain from using air horns or other celebratory instruments during the ceremony. As your graduate crosses the stage, please quickly conclude your applause so that the audience can hear the name of the next candidate. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please welcome the President of the University of Northern Iowa, Dr. Mark Nook.
Good morning. On behalf of the University of Northern Iowa, we extend a welcome to the 2017 Spring Commencement Ceremony. Graduates, today is a culmination of your many years of hard work and the start of your next ventures. Family and friends, your participation today honors these graduates and the University of Northern Iowa by your attendance. Your support while your student has been at UNI has been integral to their success. This university has a rich and marvelous history. Central to that history is a faculty whose commitment to teaching and learning, scholarship and creative activity, service and community engagement, and to students, first and foremost to students and their success, has made this university a distinguished place. Would the representatives of the faculty stand and receive our greetings? Graduates, we congratulate you. You have earned the privilege of being here today. We trust these commencement exercises will be a meaningful and memorable culmination of your studies at the University of Northern Iowa. Today, you will see some of our candidates are wearing a red, white, and blue honor cord. The honor cord indicates that these students have served, are serving, or will be serving our country following graduation in the military. This recognition is well-deserved, and we are deeply grateful for your service, your bravery, which affords all of us our freedoms. Would the students wearing red, white, and blue honor cords please rise? Thank you. Would all of our veterans in attendance today, students, family and friends, faculty, would all of our veterans please rise and let us thank you for your service. We are here in no small part because of the work and the dedication that you have given your country. Thank you. Today, as we celebrate the accomplishments of the class of 2017, it is fitting that we honor individuals who represent the ideals of service to the University of Northern Iowa. Each year, the Dean of Students presents the Lux Service Award to undergraduate students who have made a significant difference at the university and will leave a lasting legacy for years to come. Lux recipients are nominated by faculty, staff, and peers who have worked with them and seen the contributions they have made to the university. Today's first Lux Award recipient is Kadisha Zimmerman. Kadisha is an accounting and management information systems double major. Coming to UNI from St. Louis, Missouri, this student quickly got involved in a variety of activities across campus. Kadisha jumped in Jumpstart as a new student, then took on a leadership position as a Pathfinder. She served as a peer mentor, success coach, helping numerous students accomplish their college and career goals. Kadisha is also president of Empowering Exquisite Culturally Enlightened Leaders, or EXCEL. Member of the Accounting Club, Black Student Union, Ethnic Student Promoters, Entrepreneurs Club, and Management Information Systems Association. Her lasting legacy will be her efforts as the student inspiration of Panther Connections. Kadisha stated that coming in as a freshman, she did not see any Black accounting alumni that could share their experiences. Noticing many other minority students were feeling the same way, the concern was brought to the attention of staff, and with the collaboration of Panther Connection, and with their collaboration, Panther Connections was born. This program is a way for minority students to interact with minority alum in their majors, to ask questions and to seek advice. Not only has this served as a retention initiative for current students, but it has provided a way for alumni to give back to the university. For someone who took the leap to step out of their comfort zone and always share a smile, please help me congratulate our first Lux Service Award winner, Kadisha Zimmerman. Stay there. We'll have you stop. Oh, right on the okay. Oh, you're going to put him here. Let's see, we'll do this one this way. Kadisha, I'm going to have you come back over here. That's my mistake.
No, you're fine.
Here you go. Our second Lux Award recipient is Micah Zemetz, is a senior, social science education major with an emphasis in American government from Pella, Iowa, who is at commencement today and will be doing his student teaching this fall. Micah has made an equally impressive leadership mark on campus as a resident assistant, senior resident assistant, summer orientation staff member, Hall Senate member, Honors Student Advisory Board, and co-creator of Some Assembly Required improv group. His passion for helping students was clear during his interview when he might have caused a few members of the committee to shed a tear or two. Micah wants to do nothing more than make the lives of other students better. He stated that while he cannot change the entire world, he can change the lives of a few, one person at a time. I would say that Micah is going to change the future when every student he teaches is touched by his compassion and his zest for learning. His lasting legacy might be the numerous videos he created for orientation and other campus organizations and events, or the improv group, which he created. But in the end, the students who took the time to connect with and support as individuals will have a lasting legacy. Please help me congratulate our second Lux recipient, Micah Zemetz.
Can we please congratulate both of our Lux Award winners again, please? We now proceed to the recognition and award of honors. Dr. James Wolff, Executive Vice President and Provost of the University, will recognize those candidates honored for their superior record and scholarship. Please welcome Dr. Wolff.
Ladies and gentlemen, you may have noticed that some of our candidates today are wearing bronze medallions. This medallion indicates these students are graduating with summa cum laude honors, which means that they have achieved an academic level which places them in the top 3% of their graduating class. This achievement demonstrates both a superior level of ability and a high dedication to scholarship. The university is very proud to recognize these candidates at this time. Would the summa cum laude candidates please rise and face the audience so that we may recognize them?
At these exercises, it has become our pleasant custom to ask a member of the graduating class to deliver an address. This year, we will have a member of the undergraduate and graduate classes deliver an address to their fellow students. Dr. Leslie Wilson, Dean of the College of Business Administration, will introduce this year's speaker for the undergraduate class.
I have the pleasure of introducing Chris McConaughey as your student speaker today. Chris is a double major in economics and sales marketing. He has earned the Purple and Old Gold Award in economics for his outstanding academic performance, as well as the leadership he provided as co-president for the Economics Club. Chris immersed himself in his education, adding multiple experiences that have built a wide range of valuable skills and secured the business knowledge that he has gained in the classroom. For leadership, in addition to the Economics Club, he was co-president for the President's Council. That is, the president of all the student organization presidents in the College of Business Administration. He was an active member of PSE, the sales club in the college. He was a sales competition finalist at regionals and a finalist at nationals. He won the UNI PSE sales competition, and more importantly, was part of the team that has grown that competition in terms of universities engaged, student participants, and competition sponsors. Chris has participated in study abroad experiences in both Brazil and China, adding a global perspective to his education. However, what I have been most impressed with is the energy that this young man gives to others through his leadership, his care for others, and the activities that support the university. He is quick to smile and always, always has a good and positive word for people around him. Chris begins his career with Cunningham and Butler in Dubuque, which is an insurance broker, and he is assigned to sales in their large fleet transportation division. They have made a great choice. Please join me in welcoming Chris McConaughey.
Thank you, Dean Wilson, for the kind words and for the introduction. Before I begin today, I'd like to first off congratulate all of my fellow classmates. Thank you all for making these past 4 years the best 4 years of my life. I'd also like to thank my family and friends for all of their support over the years, and for the faculty here for helping me realize my potential and for making UNI truly the best school in the country. Lastly, I want to thank all of the donors. Because of your generosity, I am honored to say that I've had the opportunity to present research in New York City, make lifelong friends in Shanghai, China, and compete in various student competitions across the United States. These are incredible experiences that I will cherish for the rest of my life, and they would not have been possible without your help, so thank you. 4 years ago, I stood in front of 44 students in my high school graduating class. There's a little bit more here today than that. So I never would have imagined that I would now be here today in front of all of you. At the time, I knew that I wanted to attend UNI because of its strong business reputation, but I had no idea how much opportunity there truly is here at the University of Northern Iowa, and I almost missed it. For my first 2 years, I simply went through the motions. I had good grades, I had an internship lined up, I went to student org meetings, I partied with friends on the weekend, sometimes a little too much, and I felt like I was making the most out of my college experience. I was comfortable with where I was at. As my junior year approached, however, I knew that there was more I could do. I knew that I needed to step out of my comfort zone if I really wanted to grow. This realization inspired me to take full advantage of everything that UNI has to offer. Instead of just going to student org meetings, I decided to immerse myself and take leadership roles. Instead of just working on projects for class, I challenged to present my research at the Issues in Political Economy Conference in New York. I rode on a plane for the first time in my life, a 15-hour flight to China. I studied abroad in Brazil just after the Zika outbreak had occurred. And no, I didn't get mugged or get Zika. All of these situations put me in an uncomfortable position, but they all helped me grow to where I am today. These experiences made me more confident. They made me more grateful. They made me realize just how fortunate I am to attend a university that truly cares about its students and will go to any lengths to ensure their success. Manoj Arora once said that coming out of your comfort zone is tough in the beginning, chaotic in the middle, and awesome in the end, because in the end, it shows you a whole new world. This has quite literally been the case for me in my time at UNI, and words cannot describe how happy I am with my decision to take that leap of faith and jump out of my comfort zone. That brings me to today, ready to take on what lies ahead with completely changed outlook on life from where I was 4 years ago when I stood in front of those 44 students in my graduating class. As each of you prepare to begin the next chapter in your lives, I challenge you to continuously try new things that bring you outside of your comfort zone, even if they scare you, because this is the only way that we can truly learn who we are and continue to grow. Thank you, and congratulations to all the seniors today.
Dr. Kavita Damwada, Dean of the Graduate College and Associate Provost, will now introduce this year's speaker for the graduate class.
It is my honor to introduce our graduate student speaker today, Miss Marjorie Perkins. Marjorie is the daughter of Craig and Mary Sue Perkins, who are here with us today, so congratulations to you both. Marjorie's hometown is Kansas City, Missouri. She attended the University of Missouri-Columbia and graduated with a BA in psychology in spring of 2015 in only 3 years. Now, she didn't take a break in between, and she came to UNI in fall of 2015 when she joined the Master of Arts program in psychology in the clinical science program. During her time at UNI, Marjorie has stayed busy, not only with her studies, of course, but she has had the opportunity to have graduate assistantships both years she was here. First as a teaching assistant for the department, as well as a research assistant. This year, she has been working as the Psychology Assessment Clinic Coordinator that works with UNI students and community members, and has been helping students with their writing skills in the Writing Center within the Academic Learning Center. Marjorie has been a stellar student and scholar. She received the Best Poster Presentation Award at this year's 10th Annual Graduate Student Symposium for her research in gender differences in civilian stigma of combat-related and military sexual trauma-related PTSD. She has also given several presentations at the Midwestern Psychological Association Annual Conference, as well as the Association for Behavioral and Cognitive Therapies meetings. Her faculty advisor, Dr. Elizabeth Leffler, is in the psychology department, but she couldn't be here today. She's in Poland on a Fulbright scholarship. So next fall, Marjorie will be attending the University of Tennessee at Knoxville in the Counseling Psychology doctoral program. When I asked her what she enjoyed most about her program here at UNI, she was quick to say that what she really appreciated were the supportive and flexible faculty who were challenging, had high expectations, but who were also very warm and welcoming. She really appreciated the one-on-one mentoring that she was able to receive here at UNI, and also able to explore the various areas of psychology. When I asked her what she wouldn't miss, she was also very quick to reply, the snow. So we are so happy and proud of Marjorie. She has accomplished much in her 2 short years at UNI. Congratulations, Marjorie, and please welcome me in bringing Marjorie to the stage. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Dunwada, for that very warm welcome. It's an honor and a privilege to be here speaking with you all today. Congratulations, we made it. It's safe to say that I think most of us, in the graduate college especially, have probably felt overwhelmed at one point or another during our graduate careers. There might have been days where we asked ourselves what we were doing here, how did we end up here, and if we were ever going to finish. Some might tell you that today is what you did this for. Graduation, your cap and gown, walking across the stage with your hood. I certainly hope that this is not the finish line for you, because you put in so much more time and effort than one day is worth. You did this for a reason, and I challenge you to take a moment to remind yourself what you said yes to when you agreed to start your program. When I said yes to UNI, I had no idea what I was saying yes to. I ended up saying yes to incredible friends, a rigorous training program that more than prepared me for my next step, and a community of people who challenged me and supported me every day. When I said yes to getting my thesis done, just a couple months early because my thesis advisor was moving to Poland on a Fulbright, I said yes to a lot of panicking and a lot of self-doubt. Luckily, we made it. It's defended, we're done. But I also said yes to working with an incredible mentor who served as my go-to person for everything from my thesis to PhD applications, to life, to world issues. When I said yes to completing my clinical practicum hours at a men's prison, I said yes to getting up at 4:45 every Monday morning and driving all the way to Coralville. I also said yes to experiencing some really interesting and innovative new insults that I will not be repeating today. And I said yes to learning so much more about compassion and humanity, systems of oppression and inequality, and the intersection of mental illness and the criminal justice system than I ever could have in a classroom. When we all said yes to graduate assistantships or becoming more involved in our graduate community in some way, we said yes to grading papers, spending hours and hours collecting data, entering numbers into spreadsheets, teaching classes, fighting with Blackboard, and any number of other tasks that might have seemed distracting from our never-ending to-do list at the time. But by taking time to be involved in other ways at UNI, we also said yes to mentoring undergraduate students, to learning more about ourselves and how we fit into academia. We perhaps got to travel to showcase research that we were a part of. Personally, I said yes to an assistantship at the Writing Center. That's not my field. And I got to say yes to being a part of the Academic Learning Center community, which meant I said yes to improving my own writing, to coaching other students, to meeting undergraduate students that weren't in my major, and to becoming part of an incredibly diverse and talented group of individuals who are committed to student learning. Overall, we all said yes to becoming more interdisciplinary and enhancing our skill set. When we said yes to our offers of acceptance at UNI, we committed ourselves to a year or two or more of sacrifices and challenges. Chances are we missed family gatherings or friends' birthdays. We might have been late to Thanksgiving or not made it home at all for the holidays. There were probably times when, despite everything you have accomplished, and that's a lot, it was hard to see past the next paper, the next draft, the next exam. But when we said yes to UNI, we said yes to strengthening our capacity for learning, We said yes to bettering ourselves, to bettering the community around us, and our future professions through the transferable value of higher education. As you move on to your next step, whether it's continued education, a job, maybe you're not sure yet, and that's okay too, I challenge you to continue saying yes and to remind yourself of what you have agreed to by completing your program. Thank you.
Christopher and Marjorie, thank you for saying yes to hear and speak with us today and for getting out of your comfort zone to do that. We really appreciate it. Excellent words of wisdom for your colleagues. We are honored to have with us today members of the Board of Regents, State of Iowa. I'd like to thank Regent Dunkel and Regent Butker for attending today's commencement ceremonies. Speaking today on behalf of the Board of Regents, State of Iowa, is Regent Rachel Johnson. Regent Johnson is a former North Sioux City High School student and was appointed to the Board of Regents May 1st, 2015. Rachel is a junior at the University of Northern Iowa and pursuing a degree in elementary and mid-level education. After completing her baccalaureate degree, she hopes to further her education and passion for higher education through graduate school. She is a third-generation Iowan and the middle of 3 children. In April 2017, Rachel was honored with the Truman Scholarship, one of the nation's most prestigious scholarships, awarded annually by the Harry S. Truman Foundation in support of its mission to select and support the next generation of public service leaders. Rachel also served as part of the Northern Iowa Student Government, which represents more than 12,000 UNI students. As a senator for the College of Education, she represented and advocated for students. Rachel also represented the UNI College of Education as a student ambassador. In addition, she serves as the commissioner for the Iowa Commission on Volunteer Services and was vice president of the Iowa Association of Student Councils from 2011 to 2014. Please join me in welcoming Regent Rachel Johnson.
Good afternoon, or good morning, actually. On behalf of the Board of Regents, State of Iowa, I congratulate you on the academic success you have achieved. We are very proud of your accomplishments. Today, you will receive a degree from one of the finest universities, which has provided you with a strong foundation for your future plans. We wish you continued success and offer our congratulations to the class of 2017.
Thank you, Regent Johnson. This year, the University of Northern Iowa is privileged to bestow an honorary degree, the 30th given in the university's existence. The distinguished recipient of this degree during this ceremony will be presented to President Nook by Dr. James Wolff, Provost and Executive Vice President. At this time, will Dr. Konstantin Kuras please come forward?
Dr. Konstantin Dino William Kuras is a respected leader among academic administrators with more than 4 decades of experience in higher education. Dr. Kuras graduated from the University of Kentucky magna cum laude in 1962 with a degree in political science. In 1965, he received an MA degree in political science from the University of Illinois, and in 1967, an EDD degree in higher education from the University of Kentucky. Dr. Kuras began his career in 1965 as vice president and dean of the faculty at Midway College in Kentucky. In 1968, he moved to West Virginia to serve as director of academic programs for the West Virginia Board of Education. After serving at Marshall University as dean of students and at West Virginia Institute of Technology as vice president and dean of faculty, he was selected as the 5th president of Murray State University in 1973. In 1983, Dr. Kurus became the 7th president at the University of Northern Iowa. During his tenure, he worked to improve UNI's visual appeal, including the restoration of several buildings on campus. He led the construction of new facilities, including the Kamrick Art Building, the Center for Energy and Environmental Education, and the Business Building, now the Kurus Business Building, and brought the campus national recognition for its high-quality business and education programs. At UNI, Dr. Kurus was focused on quality undergraduate programs, teacher education reform, economic reform and development, and expanded opportunities in international studies. Under his tenure, UNI had a record enrollment in 1991. He was also instrumental in starting the Master of Public Policy program in 1991, believing that it would be a niche program that would train folks in advanced policy analysis. In 1995, after leading UNI for 12 years, Dr. Kurus left to become the 13th president of Clemson University, serving from 1995 to 1999. From then until 2009, he served as president of the American Association of State Colleges and Universities, the organization that supports more than 400 public colleges and universities. While serving as president of ASCU, he advocated for over 15 million students and focused his efforts on public college accountability. Currently, Dr. Kurus offers his 4 decades of higher education leadership and experience to AGB Search, where he focuses on finding leaders in higher education to serve on governing boards and in presidential and chancellorship positions. Upon the recommendation of the University Honorary Degree Committee, the Faculty Senate, and the President of the University, and with unanimous consent of the Board of Regents, State of Iowa, it is a privilege to present Constantine Dino William Kurus for the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa.
By virtue of the authority granted by the State of Iowa to the State Board of Regents and by them delegated to me, it is with great pleasure that I confer to you, Dr. Constantine William Kurus, the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa, with all rights and privileges thereto pertaining.
We will now proceed to the awarding of the degrees. Dean Donwada will now present the candidates for the master's degrees from the College of Business Administration and the College of Social and Behavioral Sciences. Those candidates will please rise. We ask all audience members to clap and recognize students once they have crossed the stage.
Mr. President, on behalf of the faculty of the Graduate College and the University, I have the honor to present you these candidates who have successfully fulfilled the requirements for their respective degrees. I am pleased to commend them to you for the awarding of their degrees.
Graduates, by the virtue of the authority granted by the State of Iowa to the State Board of Regents and by them delegated to me, I hereby grant to each of you, as appropriate, Masters of Accounting, Master of Business Administration, Master of Social Work, and Master of Public Policy, with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. I now pronounce you graduates of the University of Northern Iowa.
The graduates will now be individually recognized. Dr. Deirdre Heisted will read the names of the graduates. Graduates will be greeted by department heads and faculty members as they leave the stage.
Matthew James Ballantyne, Austin Joseph Bonnstetter, Emily Ann Fisher, Dakota Joe Hageman, James Halber, Christina Mary Lanphier, Claire Alise Reinhard, Brandon Lee Richardson, Kortney Kyra Saunders, Erin Nicole Wolff, Andrew Michael Bachman, Tiffany Lyn Batchelor, Andrea Dovokovic, Michael Charles Hanson, Tony Joseph Hanson, Tiphaine Charlotte Hustache, Narmina lusubova, Daniel John Murphy, Aquila Gevart Montebeller, Dylan Oaks Nielsen, Peter Kinyau Wambu, Salma Oda Zabid, Brian Carl Bjork Lund, Rosa Grant, Jenna Gray, Jake Daniel Koklinski, Lin Ying Ma, Camille Mirabelle Marie, Daisha K. Orbel-Hellman, Marjorie Perkins, Brendan Richard Walters, George David Artley, Andrea Lee Atuhighway, Aubrey Jane Davis, Eric Stephen Etram, Matthew Manley, David Stanley Mitchell, Elizabeth Jane Newman Eman, Sunny Sarah Teeling, Andrea Marie Vignovich, Troy Stephen Ward, Kortney Leanne Yoakum, Laura Ann Talbert, Daniel Niffel, Evelyn Amigan, Jordan D. Andare, Andrea Nicole Ashman, Danielle Wachtel Ballard Green, Carly Ann Barnard, Kelsey Marie Christensen, Bailey Paige Fleschner, Dakota John Funk, Amanda Therese Gidley, Jonah Nicole Hicks, Yana Dominique Hollinsworth, Kortney Ray Isom, Elizabeth Jean Jacobs, Emily Marie Jones, Abby Catherine Kilstoff, Julia Ann Krantz, Travis Lane Mathias, Abigail Elizabeth McDowell, Abigail Elizabeth McNichols, Asia Lynn Mesh, Roger Lawrence Pollock, Kendra Ann Renner, Nicholas Donald Rocher, Kelsey Ann Sidoris, Stephanie Ann Schmieder, Carissa Lynn Sternhagen, Sabrina Ann Taylor, Micah Kaylee Peyton Webb, Marshall Dean Abe, Peter Benson, Tracy Brood, Vanessa McNeil, Karen Bierman, Alberto Gutierrez, Jennifer Nicole Jurgensen, Jamie, the UNI ROTC cadets, Jamie Miles Edmond.
The Provost of the University, Dr. James Wolff, will now present the candidates for the bachelor degrees from their respective units. The audience will find the disciplines and courses of study for each college listed in your commencement program.
Will the candidates for bachelor's degrees please rise? Mr. President, on behalf of the faculty of the university, I have the honor to present to you these candidates who have successfully fulfilled the requirements for the degrees of Bachelor of Arts Teaching Program, Bachelor of Arts, and Bachelor of Science. I am pleased to commend them to you for the awarding of that degree.
By virtue of the authority granted by the state of Iowa to the State Board of Regents, and by them delegated to me, I hereby grant to each of you, as appropriate and as qualified, the Bachelor of Arts Teaching Program, Bachelor of Arts, and Bachelor of Science, with all the rights, privileges pertaining thereto. I now pronounce you graduates of the University of Northern Iowa. At this time, please move your tassel from the right to the left.
Please be seated. We will now individually recognize the graduates. Dr. Deirdre Heisted will read the names of the graduates. Names will be read in alphabetical order within each department. Graduates will be greeted by department heads and faculty members as they leave the stage, and their dean.
The College of Social and Behavioral Sciences. Department of Political Science, Jason Richard Arhus. Curtis Andrew Ege. Cody Allen Nolan. Trey Daniel Rusa. Nicole Danielle Dushan. Timothy Lee Logaman, Cole Henry Behrens, Kelly Ann Bimbenek, Kayleen Marie Berg, Samantha Lee Blatt, Emily Lynn Cox, Cameron Blake Droughty, Robert Joseph Fleming, Samuel Edward George, Trevor John Himbaugh, Raylan Johnson, Cooper Garrett Moore, Bryson Parker Henry, Melissa Johnson, Erin Jacob Ridgely, Sarah Ann Margaret Rudy, Ethan Wayne Seidenkrantz, Alicia Devon Thompson, Eric Eduardo Valise, Jules Shell Worthington. From the Department of Psychology, Justine Ackerman, Rachel Diane Anderson, Kelsey D. Applegate, Alexandra May Armstrong, Cruz Javier Barrera, Catherine Ann Bartels, Jasmine Grace Beecham, Jubor Mirka Bajelbajek, Bryce Patrick Borcheller, Maria Teresa Breitspecker, Mackenzie Lee Bush, Julia Rose Champion, Nathan Alexander Davis, Haley Dietrich, Stephen Driesman, Mariah Michelle Gerling, Cassandra Jean Hallman, Jordan K. Hawman, Joel Anthony Head, Taylor Ann Herr, Greta Elizabeth Koss, Jessica Ann Lemmy, Samantha Elaine Lennon, Elvira Beatrice Lomez, Kara Michelle Luchtefeld, Madison Venna McTavish, Bailey Elizabeth McCoy, Cassandra Violet McMullen, Hannah Christine Myers, Margarita Victoria Mesa, Christine Milder, Morgan Marie Miller, Quan Tron Nowen, Claire Elaine Nichols, Catherine Ann Noah, Maureen Ann Nolan, Amy Dawn Nordyke, Sarah Elizabeth Knott, Lauren Elizabeth O'Brien, Dakisha Oja, Anthony Sean Perez, Adam James Powell, Donovan Ratnasingam, Olivia Ann Ridgedon, Hannah Nicole Schaefer, Brittany Shea Skinner, Shelby Elizabeth Snell, Marissa K. Tockel, Nicole Christine Vandewall, Holly Jean Youngblood, and from the School of Applied Human Sciences, Megan Jean Ammons, Michael Poley, Chance Douglas, Nicole Axley, Abigail Nicole Batterink, Jenna Marie Bonazek, Amy Marie Barkley, Haley Carson Berry, Laura Ann Brom, Shanoa Nicole Brown, Brianna Nicole Carda, Yenfi Chan, Erin Kathleen Conlon, Amy Christina Conrad, Madison Elaine Cook, Alexandria Jacqueline Davis, Christina Marie Diggins. Simone Doswell. Marissa Marie Edgar Schwebach. Julia Marie Eppel. Teal Morgan Earhart. Melissa Jo Evert. Ashkia Danae Flemings. Catherine Ruth Jonas. Elizabeth June Flugel. Caitlin Marie Grawl. Sydney Jane Greben. Kristen Marie Hayden. Megan Marie Heber. Cassandra Crystal Heglin. Taylor Christine Hildreth. Jocelyn Kortney Jenks. Caitlin Jane Kehoe. Courtney Joe Kinsel. Riley Rebecca Knutson. Natalie Nitya Lords. Gary Wayne Mayfield III. Jessica Lynn Philomena McCoy. Brianna Chiquita McDowell. Shelby Joe Miller. Laura Marie Novak. Denise Marie Parker. Kendra Joe Peterson. Derek Michael Potoff. Amela Romick. Hannah Michael Schoenhart. Samantha Paige Schultes. Hannah Joyce Sedlacek. Felicia Schumpart. Trent Martin Simpson. Amelia Mae Smith. Lauren Turbot. Austin Joseph Smith. Kayla Lynn Stameyer. Lindsay Ann Suits. Kelsey Marie Takis. April Ann Turney. Jordan Michelle Volkert. Hannah Marie Whitaker. Jalen Danielle Williams. Reba Kate Zeller. Jake Abuskar. Absha. Samir Alabasik. Naif Abdulraham Al-Munif. Abdullah Abdulaziz Al-Sharani. Bryce Montana Andrews. Heather Dawn Applegate. Brooke Ann Bailey. Yana Balayani. Amity Sabri Biner. Nicole Rita Burns. Madeline Renee Boer. Grant Jeffrey Brinkmeyer. Whitney Broghammer. Danielle Jean Chilcote. Keely Mariah Donner. Sabrina Dow. Matthew James Flynn. Nathan Michael Frederick. Hunter Michael Gerling. Jordan Harlan Helgeson. Michaela Lindsay Hendricks. Jace Brian Hovey. Avery John Hubbard. Michael Dean Krempkes. Jacqueline Ann Cooter. Derek Thomas Kunkel. Shelby Leanne Leeper. Alise Logan Latham, Crystal Brianna McIntyre, Drew Weber Montz, Janelle Elizabeth Morrison, Jara Denise Nash, Jenna Marie Nissen, Michael Hugh O'Donnell, Nicholas Sean Oldenberger, Adam Lee Peters, Jose Carlos Pimentel, Adam Todd Ryder, Daniela Yvette Resendiz, Nathaniel Philip Roos, Lacey A. Sanders, Wyatt James Schiffer, Brandon Lee Smith, Samantha Marie Speltz, Dustin Reed Steinloge, Taylor Ruth Stork, Brock Stephen Thompson, John Richard Torres. From the Department of Social Science, Ulise Jacqueline Borchers, Rachel Marie Burns, Grant Michael Kosselman, Tyler Munden, Ashley K. Gillis, Abigail Ann Hoffman, Kelsey Grace Casa, Chantal Cars, Sierra Renee Perkins, Danielle Sue Tilke, Stephanie Lynn Tronmer, Nathaniel James Allen Weber, Blake Robert Wedeking. From the Department of Social Work, Abigail Marie Arndt, Madison Ray Bach, Abigail Barker, Alexis Ann Byrne, Kayleen Marie Dunt, Elizabeth Ann Fitzgerald, Emily Bridget Gerhart, Brittany Ann Gregg, Jonna Lee Gutnick, Kaylee Gahagan, Haley Mae Hall, Melinda Beth Hammond, Emily Marie Hargan, Morgan Joe Harms, Margot Elizabeth Hodge, Alejandra Huesca, Stephanie Brian Hurlbert, McKenna Renee Keck, Detrius DeMonte Kimbrough, Dana Joe Kleitch, Samantha Joe Kleesner, Darcy Megan Cabolt, Belle Lita Koch, Brianne Mackenzie Kraut, Benjamin Andrew Cribbs, Ashley Nicole Larson, Marissa Marie Langer, Samantha Ann Magpie, Roberta Ann Metcalf, Abigail Marie Morgan, Catherine Andra Neeson, Sydney Christine Nuschel, Namdi John Samuel Waniri, Ashley Boonmay Preden Sayan, Rachel Marie Wrench, Taylor Noel Richardson, Alyssa Marie Roney, Kristen Nicole Russell, Shelby Marie Schreck, Elizabeth Grace Schropp, Kenzie Ann Siemens, Lydia Claire Smalley, Andrew Michael Sodawasser, Rachel Lynn Soderstrom, Alicia Renee Thomas, Michaela Christine Van Cleve, Caitlin Elizabeth Van Scoy, Madison Audrey Elizabeth Wood, Angela Lynn Waymeyer, Trisha Jeanette Draus. From the Department of History, Kayla Ann Adams, Jacob N. Bartlett, Jeremiah David Brocklin, Paula Ann Bussey, Alec Dedmeering, Sydney May Galligan, Mary Enola Kimani, Haley McCoy, Megan Morrissey, Adam Nielsen, Jarrett Ramones, Alex Ricky, Erin Schroeder, Connor Tomke, Taylor Wedeking. From the Department of Geography, Christopher Beisch, Layla Hagan, Benjamin Humphrey, Nathaniel Johnson, Brandon Lane, Justin Reha, Caleb Schneidel, Spencer Schultz, Daniel Tararsi, Jacob Watson. From the College of Business Administration, Department of Accounting, Salah Amrous, Cole Jaden Anderson, Jody Lynn Bergman, Lauren Naomi Beaver, Stacy Lynn Braun, Russell Wayne Bunger, Hannah Marie Kortney, Samuel Austin Cook, Wachen Han, Anthony James Hurlbert, Ashley Marie Yeager, Jamie Lee Johnson, Amber Marie Kraft, Zachary Lee Lawrence, Draron Lee, Adria Faith Lizenby, Braden McNider, Kadisha Lene Zimmerman, John Peter Malstead VI, Kevin Kenneth Mark, Adam Dwayne Medic, Shangju Mei, Matthew Miller, Christina Diane Kendallin Mitchell, Tyler John Morehauser, Jacob Leroy Musser, Cody Jarek Newsom, Grace Louise Oberman, Jessica Christine Orville, Ethan James Philo, Jade Nicole Redlinger, Autumn Ropsch, William Joseph Schultz, Brandon Douglas Schmidt, Clifford David Stockwell, Michelle Rose Tiemeyer, Anna Walsh. Alex Michael Walls. Wei Yi Wong. Megan Ann Wiederin. Erin Marie Whitrick. Cameron Jean Rogge. Karen Yang. Duckchuan Yao. Shushin Chong. From the Department of Economics, Melissa Marie Ament. Jordan Kenneth Beck. Austin Allen Case. Alyssa Shulon Dixon. Caleb J. Luce. Nathan Mark Flaherty. Taylor Lillian Fox. Isaac John Cruz. Nathan Charles Miller. Jordan James Ratz. Nicholas Andrew Saylor. Sabrina Shia Santos. From the Department of Finance, Taylor James Ashby. Ning Ba. Alyssa Ann Beck. Morgan Lynn Belisle. Thomas John Bradley. Bowen Kai. Adam Daniel Klein. Nicholas William Connolly. Brandon Denner. Gordana Dostanich. Thomas Joseph Draus III. Ryan Scott Dudak. Cassie Claire Evers. Brian Patrick Fischel. Zachary James Giddings. Catherine Lois Gorshi. Nicole Joanne Gran. Dakota William Hills. Steffi Lee Jenke. Ross Randall Jensen. Dylan Edwin Kiefer. Hannah Marie Kerr. Jared Andrew Kokler. Cullen Grant Keller. Braden Matthew Longnecker. Travis Michael Martinick. Sarah Margaret McCallum. Faka Fenty. Mohammed Rossley. Amber Marie Neelan. Madeline Marie Donnell. Ben John Osterhaus. Derek Allen Price. Sydney Lynn Radaba. John Martin Rayburn. David Rubio. Zachary Thomas Schulte. Connor Robert Zevernson. Ryan David Siedenberg. Madison Hannah Sietzema. Hey Jin. Javier Gonzalez. David Lawrence Spangler. Jack Robert Swift. Brody Allen Van Berkom. Kale Spencer Van Wyk. Kyle Landon Van Wyk. Austin David Versack. Mitchell David Wagner. Dayanara Lachey Whitaker. Kaylee Carlene Wilson. Leora Grace Wood. Khan Shu. From the Department of Management, Melanie Ann Adams. Sarah Elizabeth Adams. Mahdi Hassan El Ruba. Amir Abdul Karim Al Zahir. Nofal Ahmed Al Zahir. Arayan Alagich. Ali Saud Al Faraj. Modaher Abdallah Al Aboud. Yahya Hussein Al-Mitib, Shenhab Munir Al-Musin, Abdul Hadi Hamoud Al-Aktani, Abdullah Khalid Al-Aktani, Hamoud Abdul Hadi Al-Aktani, Mahed Abdullah Arab, Ali Mohammed Arab, Wadia Ali Al Said, Murtada Jamal Atarut, Corey Nathan Anderson, JC Nicole Anderson, Dustin James Atkinson, Sheikh Bali, Anthony Thomas Bergen, Elliot Richard Boishali, Hayes Jacob Breezer, Nathaniel Drew Book, Robert Reginald Bird, Bryant Stephen Campbell, Tanner Lee Cave, Zachary Elliott Champlain, Min Chow, Earl Stanley Cheatham, Jereb David Connerly, Lee Sachs Corkery, Elizabeth Eileen Davis, Noah Theodore Detmer, Rachel Leanne Dole, Jessica Marie Donley, Sean Gregory Dougherty, Andrew James Dre, Jonah Paul 80, Cameron Joseph Fagan, Sydney Marie Fair, Richard Andrew Garcia, Marcus James Gaskell, Annie Christine Goodell, Jonathan Lee Hackman, Kayla Ray Hainline, Jesslyn Rose Henson, Jordan Robert Hanson, Logan Tyler Hanson, Nicholas Anthony Hazelton, Damon Kennard Hendricks, Kelsey Claire Howard, Brooke Elizabeth Hauser, Stephanie Nicole Jackson, Jeffrey David Johnson, Gregory Brian Kaufman, Conrad Pierce Keyser, Marshall John Keith, Hunter Ladd Klobeck, Kelsey Cheryl Kreiner, Samuel James Kroll, David Stephanus Langley, Jeffrey Christian Larson, Kortney Brooke Latham, Nick Allen Lesh, Jesse Michael Lovell, Lauren Elizabeth Lynch, Nicholas Cole Oates Madison, Sarah Elizabeth Mapes, Kyle Gregory Marlin, Elijah Douglas Marlowe, Dylan James Ray Maxon, Sean Michael McCord, Anna Marie Meadows, Jordan Menson, Jeremy Morgan, Brett Maddox Morrison, Jeffrey Glenn Muller, Tanner William Mom, Nadira Musayeva, Kelsey May Nalgis, Connor Nicholas Norby, Aubrey Lauren Norville, J. Christopher Olson III, Brian Freudenberg, Regatta Lynn Olinger, Hayden Ostrich, Mitchell Lorenz Overland, Taylor Nicole Parker, David Michael Peterson, Thomas James Randall, Kelly Ann Reed, Sabrina R. Richards, Chelsea Catherine Ream, Emily Lynn Schrouder, Noah Daniel Schrader, Erin Elizabeth Schulke, Trenton Schulte, Brady James Shively, Alexis Michelle Schock, Dalton Scott Smith, Ryan Scott Sonquist, Ronnie Lee Storjohan, Brandon Michael Tanji, James William Terrones, Drake Thomas Tesdall, Joshua James Thorson, Jared Tickey, Casey Lee Topping, Emily Kate Vanderwerf, Taylor Christine Wacker, Ryan Matthew Weekly, Brooke K. Wegner, Emma Rose Welp, Lucas Richard Wempen, Rachel Nicole Wentz, Macy Marie Winter, Sydney Chano Wolff, Micah Jonathan Shanting, Justine Knapp. From the Department of Marketing, Emily Louise Adam, Tanner Bernhard, Jacob Daniel Black, Kenyon Jude Browning, Christopher Michael Breeze, Joselina Reina Calderon, Teresa Ann Connolly, Ella Christian Crawhurst, Gerald Anthony Davis, Haley Rose Dietrich, Miley Duong, Mark Charles Floyd, Justin Matthew Fritch, Caitlin Marie Green, Megan Elaine Hageman, Ashlyn Klingman, Parker Hewitt Harrington, Rachel Renee Hebel, Logan Michael Hain, Trace Stephen Heyer, Mariah Nicole Holmes, Brandy Lynn Hush, Jennifer Ann Hubble, Megan Elizabeth Jansen, Austin Joseph Lowe, Blake Robert Lynch, Mackenzie Blaine Mann, Ryan Christopher Marshall, Christopher Sean McConney, Justin Gray McCoy, Ryan Austin Mitchell, Simeon Charles Mosey, Joseph Richard Morrissey, Kayla Rose Pacheco, Kwang Min Pham, Jenna Alisa Rowe, Jenna Shea Ryan, Natalie Lynn Seams, Ashley Marie Sinnott, Yika Mien Strobant, Joseph Thomas Teft, Ashley Lynn Topping, Mallory Tuich, Jordan Lynn Voorhees, and Benjamin Robert Whitehead.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please welcome Dr. Tim Kidd, Professor and Chair of the faculty who teaches in the Department of Physics.
Good morning. On the behalf of the faculty, I would like to offer my congratulations to all of today's graduates. We are proud of your accomplishments. The degree you're receiving is from an institution that values the quality of your education, is invested in your experiences as a student and alumni, and dedicated to providing quality faculty with diverse backgrounds. Your diploma is a symbol of your academic success at UNI. Display it with pride. We wish you continued success and best wishes for the future. Thank you. It is now my pleasure to introduce Mr. Hunter Flesch, President of Northern Iowa Student Government.
Thank you, Dr. Kidd. I am honored for the opportunity to speak with you on one of the most celebratory days of your time at the University of Northern Iowa. It has been my privilege to serve as the president of Northern Iowa Student Government for the past 9 months and represent all of you. When you leave the McLeod Center today, I encourage all of you to live your life fully and make UNI proud. The faculty and staff, your parents, and friends have helped you attain the skills necessary to be successful as we develop our next journey. Your involvement at UNI will benefit you in your first job, graduate school, or any other opportunities you take advantage of. Take what you have learned and be the difference. Enjoy today, and congratulations on your achievements. Go Panthers. I would like to introduce Ms. Megan Stoll, Vice Chair of the UNI Alumni Association Board of Directors.
Thank you, Hunter. Greetings, distinguished guests, faculty, students, family, and friends. On behalf of the more than 115,000 alumni, I would like to extend congratulations to you, the class of 2017. You have earned a degree from the University of Northern Iowa and should be very proud of this wonderful accomplishment. Your time here as a student was brief compared to what commences today, your lifelong experience as an alum of this great institution. I encourage you to become an engaged and involved Panther. No matter how far away your career may take you, always know the Alumni Association is your constant connection back to UNI. Consider getting involved with an alumni club, or attending a social event, or returning to Cedar Falls for homecoming. I also encourage you to stay in touch with faculty and staff here at UNI. As a UNI graduate, your active participation in the life of the university will help you continue to develop personally, enhance the value of your degree, and advance UNI to new heights. You are joining a family of more than 115,000 fellow graduates. At this time, I would like to ask all UNI and alumni in the audience to please stand and applaud the newest members of our UNI alumni community. Again, my congratulations to all of you. Thank you.
Graduates, all the graduates, would you please stand for a moment? Ladies and gentlemen, help me congratulate them again. Congratulations, graduates of 2017. Well done. While you're standing, I want you to keep standing for just a moment. I want you to take a moment and think of a faculty member or a staff member who's made a big contribution to your life during your time here at UNI. And join me in thanking that person and all of our faculty and staff for what they've done to get you to this place. Thank you. While I've got you standing for these standing ovations, look out at all these people up here. What do you want to say to them? Yeah, please join me in thanking your parents, your friends, your colleagues that have got you to this point as well. Thank you, parents. You may be seated. Graduates, before I leave the podium, for me, the purpose of higher education is to positively impact society through the lives of our graduates, our students, and our faculty and staff. We do that by helping you attain your educational goals, which we celebrate today, but also your professional and your personal life goals. But we really hope that you do more than go out and get a job. We really want you to do that. But we also want you to go out and become great members of your communities, making a difference in the places you live and the state where you live. So think about all that you've learned here, and it really is the purpose of higher education to go out and change the world. So go out and change the world. Thank you very much. In honor of today's graduates, please stand and join in the singing of the University of Northern Iowa alma mater, led by UNI student Dawn Vickers, soprano. The music for all to sing can be found on the back of your commencement program.
To thee
Thank you, Don. Please be seated for our final announcements. Please direct your attention to the top of the McLeod Center. At this time, we would like to thank conductor and Professor Rebecca Burkhart and our students in the Northern Iowa Symphony Orchestra. Ladies and gentlemen, you are invited to attend the commencement reception outside the McLeod Center on the plaza immediately following the ceremony. We ask that all graduates and audience members remain in place until after the President's Party has exited the McLeod Center. At that time, all graduates and guests should exit up the stairs only. These commencement exercises being now completed, please rise for the recessional of the President's Party. This spring commencement exercises of 2017 for the University of Northern Iowa are now adjourned.
Thank you.